Assalamu alaikum. We have here an interesting question about percentage. James bought a house. The value of the house decreased by 20% in 2011. For 3 consecutive years, 2012 and 2013, 2014, the value of the house increased. Each year, the percentage increase in value was the same each time. In all of the 3 years, the value increased by the same time, by the same value. The value of the house at the end of 2014 was 6.48% more than he paid for the house. More than he paid for the house initially. Calculate the percentage increase in value of the house for each of the three consecutive years. It's repeated, يعني. Repeated. Okay. Let's see how we are going to work it out. First of all, let's name a variable for the initial value of the house. Let's name it M. Okay, so this is the amount of the house. We don't know this, how much the house did it cost at the beginning. Let's say it's $M. Okay, we don't need to know how much it was. We will go through, just we need the percentage of increase in the value of the house for each of the 3 consecutive years. Which are 2011, 2012 and 2014. تمام. Okay, so what we are going to do here, maybe pause the video for like 2 minutes, try to solving it by yourself, and then come back to see the steps. Okay, now we have the 3 years have the same amount of increase. Let's name the rate of increase, the percentage of increase in each of them, name it by I%. Okay, this is also its unknown. This is what's required to find that out. So the requirement here to find this is the increase in percentage of each year of 2012 and 13 and 14, which is constant increase. Okay, which is constant percentage of increase. So let's say at the end of 2011, as he said here in the beginning, at the end of 2011, there is a decrease of 20%. What the meaning of decrease 20%? So the value of the house at the end of 2011, is 20% less than the original value, less than the initial value. Which means, by knowing the growth and decay formula, this is a decay, not growth. Okay, so it is a decay, which means we do subtraction. Since it is decreasing, we do subtraction. So the formula says that the initial, which is M, multiplied by 1 minus the percentage of decrease, 1 minus 20%. 1 minus 20%, which is 1 minus, when converting 20% to decimal, it will be 0.2, which means 1 minus 0.2. Okay, so here 1 minus 0.2, which is 0.8 M. 0.8 multiplied by M, which is 0.8 M. Okay, let's now find out 0.8 M. It is a house value at the end of 2011, right? We will go step by step from here. For the next 3 years, there is an increase of I% for each year. It's an I% for each year. Okay, so the value at the end of 2012, what it will be, by using the same rule of decay, تمام, decay function, which is initial, last value, which is this is the last value, multiplied by decay factor. What is the decay factor? Decay factor is 1. It's not decay, sorry, it's increase, so it's growth factor. So here is growth factor. So what is a growth factor? It's 1 plus, here now it's plus, not minus. Growth factor 1 plus the percentage of increase. Here it's called decay factor. In bracket, this bracket is called a decay factor. Okay, see, anyway, this decay factor is multiplied by the initial value. So initial value multiplied by decay factor give us the new value. Okay, let's continue. Let's find out here the value at the end of 2012 by multiplying. Here is the new initial value. The new initial value come here, 0.8 m. This is called the new initial value. This become new initial value. Okay, multiplied by the growth factor. Multiplied by the growth factor. So 0.8 m multiplied by 1 plus I%. This will be the price house value at the end of 2012. Let's repeat this process again and again. So this will be the new growth factor. All of this red box will be the new the new initial value multiplied by the same growth factor. So that's why it will be here squared. You know what? Why we put square here? Why we put square here? Because let's say in all of this bracket now is the new initial value, right? All of this bracket now is the new initial value multiplied by the new growth factor, multiplied by the new growth factor, which is what? Which is 1 plus I, which is what? 1 plus I%. So we will find here two brackets the same. That's why we make it square. That's why we make it square. By doing the same process more and more here, to find at the end of 2014 the house value at the end of 2014 is 0.8 m multiplied by 1 plus I% over close bracket power 3. Okay. Now this is because what? This is because that the yellow box, which is the initial value now for the next calculation, this yellow box here is the initial value now, which is squared multiplied by the same growth factor. It will be power 3. We found out that it will be power 3. Alright, so that's why we do like this type. Let's see let's complete. This is the last value of the house at the end of 2014. We are given another information that the value of the house at the end of 2014 was 6.48% more than the initial, more than he paid for the house. It is the initial value of the house. Initial value of the house, which we called M. Okay, here D stands for the initial value of the house then he paid. So 6.48% more than the initial value, which means the initial value M multiplied by 1 plus the percentage of increase, 6.48, which is 1 plus 0, converting it into decimal, it will be 0. 0. What can you continue? Divide by 100, 0.0648. Actually, so it will be M multiplied by 1 plus 0.0648, which is 1.0648 M. So by solving this equation, these two values, by solving this equation, we'll find out that the percentage of increase I equal 10%. How? we are here, we have ended with 0.8 m times 1 plus I percent power 3 close bracket power 3 equal to 1.064 m 648 m. Now by dividing by 0.8 m in both sides, okay, we will find that 1 plus I, this bracket will be equal to the result by using your calculator طبعا. Okay, so here by cubic root in both sides, right, to isolate we need to isolate I. We need to isolate I. So we cube root y cube root to get rid out of this power 3 first, and then by subtracting 1 in both sides, and then we find that I percentage equal 0.1. We just need the I multiplied by 100, I equal 10. The final answer is 10%. Repeat the video more and more until you get it, inshallah. Thank you.